Hi guys, I'm here with a pick a card for you. So the cards I'm using are the Native American Animal Medicine cards, and we're just here to see what message they have for you guys today. So if you've got any questions or you're going through anything and you just need a little bit of advice or some words of encouragement, pick one of these cards and see what message you've got. We've got card 1, card 2, card 3, card 4, and card 5. So feel free to pause the video and meditate on the cards, or you can just go with your gut and see what one you get. So we'll get straight into it for you guys and see what they have to say. Hi, welcome. So we're going to get on to the first card for you guys. So if you picked card 1, this is the card for you. So Porcupine. Porcupine is all about faith and trust. So we're going to get on to the meaning for you guys. I'm still learning these cards. They're so like I'm using the book to like explain the meaning of them to you guys. But so yeah, bear with me, but it's really good. So the south of the medicine wheel is the place of childlike innocence and humility. It is the home of playfulness and the position of Porcupine on the medicine wheel of life. Porcupine has many special qualities and a very powerful medicine, the power of faith and trust. The power of faith contains within it the ability to move mountains. The power of trust in life involves trusting that the Great Spirit has a divine plan. Your task is to find the pathway that is most beneficial for you and that uses your greatest talents to further the plan. Trust can open doorways to the creation of space. The space thus created allows others to open their hearts to you and share their gifts of love, joy, and companionship. So it starts off talking about having, like, you just need to trust in the universe. Like, if something bad is happening, look into it. Like, what lesson is it trying to teach you, or is it actually preventing you from getting into a worse situation? Like, you need to look at the bigger picture, but also have trust and faith that everything is working out in your favor. There's nothing bad happening. Like, life doesn't do bad things to you just because it wants to. Like, there is like a greater purpose to all things. So if you were to observe Porcupine, you would immediately notice its quills. These quills are only used when trust has been broken between Porcupine and another creature. Much like Otter, much like Otter, Porcupine is gentle, loving creature and non-aggressive. When fear is not present, it is possible to feed a porcupine by hand and never get struck by its quills. So through understanding the basic nature of this animal, you may come to understand your own need for trust and faith, and for becoming like a child again. In today's society, this is a needed reminder to honor the wonder of life and the appreciation of each new day as an adventure of discovery. So yeah, like, Porcupine is just very innocent, childlike, no fear, and like he's not fearful because he's got like faith and trust. But yeah, if the trust is broken, then you may get pricked by the quills. And this card may be saying that maybe your trust has been broken recently, maybe by a person or by life itself. Like, something's happened in your situation and you're like, but like, why? Like, this isn't fair. Like, why is life like doing this to me? And you're losing trust and faith in life because you're wondering why it's doing it to you. But usually it's working with you rather than doing things to you, if you know what I mean. Like, something that seems bad in the first place can end up being a good thing in the long run, and it may be preventing you from a worse situation. So yeah, like, I have a pretty good example. Like, my dad, like, recently he had his appendix out. He had a grumbling appendix and he was just about to go and work in Auckland. And Auckland is the main city in my country, New Zealand, like one of the main ones. And But he couldn't go because he had to go and get his appendix out, and it seemed like, whoa, what the hell's going on? This is like, it would seem like, why? Like, this is scary, like, what's going on? But turned out he got his appendix out in a hospital in a different town to Auckland. And as you guys know, New Zealand just got put into level 4, and because my dad had to get his appendix out, he actually missed being in the same room as the guy that had the bad COVID virus. So yeah, he had to get his appendix out, but it prevented him from being in the same room as a guy with a really bad virus, and he got to come home, and then he just like came home after getting his appendix out, and he avoided any issues because we don't live in Auckland. We live in a city quite a few hours away from there. Like, he goes and works there during the week. But you see what I mean? Like, the appendix thing seemed like a really bad, like, scary thing maybe. Turns out we avoided a way worse situation, especially my poor dad. So that's what you have to think. You gotta think about, like, why is this happening? What do I need to learn? What is it preventing me from doing? Or am I going to be able to do something I wouldn't have been able to do beforehand? Like, yeah, so just have faith and trust. Like, trust that the universe is working in your favor and not against you. So we're gonna so we've got a little story about porcupine and a bear, and these stories are really cute. So I'll read it out to you guys now. So Porcupine sat silently looking at a hollow log. She wondered if it was a playhouse that nature had created just for her. Porcupine envisioned all the things she could do with the log. She could climb on top and make the log roll from side to side. She could go inside and see if there were any juicy worms for her. She could also scratch her back on the rough outer bark if she wanted to. Just as Porcupine was pondering what to do next, she saw Bear approaching. Bear was big and black and looking for honey. Oh, another playmate to share my log, she thought. Hello, Bear, she cooed. Do you want to play and share my log with me? Gruff old Bear snorted. Porcupine, don't you know that I'm too old to play? You're in my way. I'm looking for honey. Go away. Why, Bear? You're never too old to play, she replied. If you forget what it is like to be a cub, you'll always be as impatient and gruff as you are now. Bear began to think about what Porcupine had said. Maybe she was right. All the other creatures had run away from Bear in fright. Even the other bears had turned up their noses when he growled at them. This little porcupine was certainly trusting him not to eat her. She even offered to be his friend. The old bear looked at Porcupine and began to feel something move inside him. Joy started to live in... he started to remember the games he played when he was a cub, and joy started to live in him again. Little Porcupine, you have reminded me that in becoming strong and seeking answers, I got caught in trying to be an intellectual. I became afraid of what others would think if I dropped my mask of gruffness. I was afraid they wouldn't take me seriously anymore. You have taught me that in being a fuddy-duddy, I was causing others not to care for me. Thank you. I'd love to play with this old log. So it was that Bear became childlike again and learned the innocence of Porcupine. In choosing the Porcupine card, you have given yourself a gentle reminder not to get caught in the chaos of the adult world, where fear, greed, and suffering are commonplace. The medicine in this card is that of relief from seriousness and severity. Open your heart to those things that gave you joy as a child. Remember the preciousness of fantasy and imagination, and the making of some game or toy from nothing but scraps. Honor the playfulness of spirit that lets everyone win. Porcupine. So don't get caught up being an adult in like a scary world of greed and fear and anxiety. You don't need to live like that. Like, children are not scared. Children are so happy and excited for life. Every day is an adventure, and you can live like that as an adult. You just need to remember, because it doesn't make any difference. Like, life is still going to be life, whether you are thinking like a child and like having that innocence, or if you're being grumpy and gruff and just being serious and horrible and no one wants to be your friend because you're just awful. And life is still going to do the same thing. So why not just make it easier for yourself and enjoy it? Know that it's just a game, and it's just, we're here to have fun and learn and share and grow together and evolve. So, and children are really good at that. And like, if you keep that kind of childlike innocence and wonder and love for everything and the world and life, and just trusting that it's all going to be okay, it will be fine, then you will live a very lovely life of less stress for sure, and you will notice that life will work better for you, because when you have trust and faith, the universe can give you its blessings and help you and like be there. It's got your back. But if you don't have faith and trust in the universe, it can't help you. It needs you to have faith in you, because you are the universe. So you are blocking your own magic basically by thinking like old Bear was. So there you go, that's your message from Porcupine today. So I hope you liked that message. Super interesting, eh? So yeah, that is it for card 1. I'm going to get on to card 2 now. Card 2 was the rabbit. This rabbit is all about fear. This is another thing you don't need in your life. So we'll get on to it. It starts off with a story and then we'll get on to the meaning. It's really good though. So, a long time ago, no one really knows how long ago it was, Rabbit was a brave and fearless warrior. Rabbit was befriended by Eyewalker, a witch. The witch and the rabbit spent much time together, sharing and talking. The two were very close. One day, Eyewalker and Rabbit were walking along and they sat down on the trail to rest. Rabbit said, "I'm thirsty." Eyewalker picked up a leaf, blew on it, and then handed Rabbit a gourd of water. Rabbit drank the water but didn't say anything. Then Rabbit said, "I'm hungry." Eyewalker picked up a stone and blew on it and changed it to a turnip. She gave the turnip to Rabbit to eat. Rabbit tasted it and then ate the turnip with relish, but still, Rabbit didn't say anything. The two continued along the trail, which led into the mountains. Near the top, Rabbit tripped and fell and rolled almost down to the bottom. Rabbit was in very sad condition when Eyewalker got to him. She used a magic salve on Rabbit to heal his great pain and mend his broken bones. Rabbit didn't say anything. Several days later, Eyewalker went searching for her friend. She searched high and low, but Rabbit was nowhere to be found. Finally, Eyewalker gave up. She met Rabbit quite by accident one day. "Rabbit, why are you hiding and avoiding me?" the witch asked. "Because I am afraid of you. I am afraid of magic," answered Rabbit, cowering. "Leave me alone." "I see," said Eyewalker. "I have used my magical powers on your behalf, and now you turn on me and refuse my friendship." "I want nothing more to do with you or your powers," Rabbit countered. Rabbit did not even see the tears his words were bringing to Eyewalker's eyes. "I hope we never meet and that I never see you again," Rabbit continued. "Rabbit," Eyewalker said, "we once were great friends and companions, but no more. It is within my power to destroy you, but because of the past and the medicines we have shared together, I will not do this. But from this day forward, I lay a curse on you and your tribe. From now on, you will call your fears and your fears will come to you. Be on your way, for the sweet medicines that bound us together as friends are broken." Now Rabbit is the fear caller. He goes out and shouts, "Eagle, I'm so afraid of you." If Eagle doesn't hear him, Rabbit calls louder, "Eagle, stay away from me." Eagle, now hearing Rabbit, comes and eats him. Rabbit calls bobcats, wolves, coyotes, and even snakes until they come. As this story shows, rabbit medicine people are so afraid of tragedy, illness, disaster, and being taken that they call those very fears to them to teach them lessons. The keynote here is, what you resist will persist. What you fear most is what you will become. Here is the lesson. If you pulled rabbit, stop talking about horrible things happening and get rid of what if in your vocabulary. This card may signal a time of worry about the future or of trying to exercise your control over which is not yet in form, the future. Stop now. Write your fears down and be willing to feel them, breathe into them, and feel them running through your body into Mother Earth as a giveaway. So the moral of the story is, do not, if you're fearful and you're really scared of something, you will attract it to yourself, because that is the universe teaching you the lesson. You fear, yes, fear's okay, if you get chased by a wild animal maybe, but you do not need it big time. You don't need fear, you don't need to have anxiety, you just need to have trust and faith. That's all you need, because then you don't need to have fear and anxiety. If you are fearful of something and everything, and you're really scared of something happening to you, it will come to you. You will call it to you, because we are master manifestors. You need to be careful how you talk to yourself, what you talk about, and what you think about even. We're very powerful people, and a lot of people don't realize this. So if you're very fearful at the moment, and especially at the times now, if you're very fearful, what if this happens, but what if, it doesn't matter, because we don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, we don't know what's going to happen. So stop saying what if, just say something else. Live in the now. Don't worry about fear and anxiety or what if this happens, what if this, because it will happen whether we like it or not, whatever's going to happen. So no more what ifs, no more fear, and just have faith and learn from the rabbit, because the rabbit, if he wasn't fearful, he'd still have his lovely friend who uses magic. How cool is that? Instead he's just got a whole life of attracting fear to himself. But anyway, really good message from the rabbit. I hope it helped you guys. That's card 2 done. So we'll get on to card 3. Okay, so if you picked card 3, this is the card we got. Alligator. Alligator. So alligator is all about integration. So really good message from alligator, actually. So we'll get on to it. Alright. So the powerful gift of alligator medicine is to fully appreciate and integrate all that life offers. Gator shows us the value of thoroughly digesting both the pleasures and pains of life. In many ways, alligator's medicine is reflected in its behavior. When gator rolls under the water with its prey, its message is to roll with the punches when being attacked by life's circumstances. Carefully storing its prey under a log until the meat is tender teaches us about patience and proper timing. Patience is a big one. That's a big one for me. Patience, oh, so hard. But yeah, alligator is teaching us how to be patient. So choosing to laugh when tangled in your own seriousness can immediately diffuse the stronghold of anger and judgments, self-importance and inflexibility. Once your rigidity is removed, you are free to again integrate the present set of circumstances, finding what you may have formerly overlooked. So, the kind of is saying, if you just chill out and just take a step back, patient, have a look at the bigger picture, and you may find something different in your circumstances that you didn't see before that might help you get a clear understanding. So yeah, and then you can learn Gator's lessons on how to digest the value of any life lesson. Gator medicine people refrain from passing judgment until they have examined all the facts and seen all sides of any situation. It may be time to drop opinions and judgments so that the present situation can be fully understood. Gator might have surfaced in the river of your life to tell you to digest the situation at hand before making any rash moves. You could also be dealing with someone who is too serious or rigid. If this is the case, embrace your flexibility, knowing that you are expanding beyond your former limits, even if others are wallowing in their self-created quicksand. So yeah, self-created quicksand, that is such a good, analogy actually, because it is true. A lot of people do create their own miserable lives because of the way they see things and the way they react to stuff. You know, not looking at the bigger picture or being patient, just reacting. So have you ever been rushing life and not taking the time to count your victories or to digest your rites of passage? If so, it could be time to honor your progress, mindful that quick fix solutions do not support long-term goals. Avoid getting stuck in the duality and quagmire of the human judgment game. Use calm soul, review your healing process and life lessons, integrating the growth you have attained. So yeah, judgment. So, oh my gosh, people need to stop judging each other for everything. It doesn't matter what you do though, someone will judge you for it. So do whatever the hell you want and ignore everyone else. As long as you're not hurting anyone and you're living in your truth and for your higher purpose, ignore everyone, because everyone's got an opinion. Everyone is so judgmental, and if you feel like you can't do something because of the way people judge you, ignore them, because it doesn't matter what you do, someone will judge you for it. So just do it. So in all cases, Gator is telling you that something may have escaped your perception. Ask yourself what viewpoint or possibility did not get factored into your assessment. Did that missing piece of the puzzle keep you from having an accurate overview of what is now occurring? If so, it is never too late to reevaluate the situation from a more integrated and flexible point of view. Remember, Gator's eyes and nostrils are often the only parts of its body above the water, while it senses its surroundings. Gator integrates all probabilities before it makes its move, which is true. So, in life, be like the gator. Just observe. Stay under the water. Keep your eyes and your nostrils above the water, but observe the whole situation before judging anything, judging anyone, judging the situation before reacting. Assess the whole situation, get all the pieces of the puzzle, look at the bigger picture, stand back, be patient. That is your message from Alligator. And that's a really good message. And that can save you from a lot of pain, because if you just react to something and then you'll find out that you missed a piece of the puzzle, and then you feel a bit silly, or you've caused a bit of a rock up. So yeah, Alligator, good message from Alligator. So that is card 3 done. So thank you guys for watching if you've picked card 3. I'm going to move on to card 4. Card 4 is Antelope. Action. He's all about action. So we'll get started on that. So, when time was just beginning and the tribe of man was small, Antelope saw that the 2 legs were naked, hungry, and in danger of extinction. The ancestors would soon vanish from Mother Earth if action was not taken. Antelope took action and came into the camp, calling all the 2 legs together for counsel. Great Mystery sent me to teach you a lesson. The lesson is to do. You have no need to be fearful if you know what to do, and then you do it. Antelope said, and what shall we do? Asked the people. Oh gosh, I've lost my place. If you are naked and cold, you should kill me and take my coat to keep you warm. It is my gift to you. Do it. We will, said the people, but what of our hunger? We are starving. What can we do to save ourselves? If you are hungry, you should kill me and take my flesh, for it will nourish you and make you strong. It is my gift to you and a part of my evolution. It is my service. Do it. Antelope knew that humankind would survive the Ice Age if the people learned to eat meat. Before the movement of the great ice mountains, fruit and vegetables had been plentiful, and the two legs had had no need to eat of the bodies of their fellow creatures. The clans of the Second World ate antelope, taking the instinct and wisdom of the four legs into their bodies. The people learned, through each creature's essence, how to survive. They were taught never to waste or to take more than they needed. When they were in need, the two legs knew to take action. Humans learned antelope's lesson well. Because of antelope, humans took proper action and survived to this present day. Antelope taught humans to honour the gifts sent from the great mystery and to avoid indiscriminate destruction of life. Antelope signifies knowledgeable action. Antelope is a symbol for the antenna of your hair, which attaches you to the great mystery by its long cords of light. Looking at antelope, you become aware of your mortality and the short time span you have on this planet. With this in mind, you must act accordingly. Proper action pleases the great mystery. Antelope medicine is the knowledge of life's circle. Knowing of death, antelope can truly live. Action is the key and essence of living. Antelope powers have been courted and shamanized since the dawn of time. Antelope clans have been many, and the power of antelope people is great. Antelope medicine gives you the strength of mind and heart, and the ability to take quick and decisive action to get things accomplished. If you feel like stuck, call on antelope medicine. If you are balled up and twisted in knots, antelope powers will speak to you of proper action and soon set you free. Many indigenous solutions to problems are whispered by antelope. Listen, and even more importantly, act. Surround yourself with the illumination and secret knowledge of antelope. Combine this with action and you will overcome any obstacle or hindrance in your path. So, if antelope is your centering tree and strong personal medicine, thank Great Spirit. Say what should be said. Your judgment is sound and your actions will be successful. Always listen to what antelope has to say to you. Antelope in your cards indicates a message of higher purpose. Antelope arms you with the bow of authority and forces you to act on behalf of self, family, clan, nation, and finally Mother Earth. Antelope says, do it now. Don't wait any longer. Antelope knows the way and so do you. Take courage and leap. Your sense of timing is perfect. When antelope has bounded into your cards, the time is now. The power is you. So there you go. If you're a little bit stuck, not knowing what you want to do right now, not sure what move to make, or you've got an idea, do it. Honestly, just do it. Action, like, yeah, you can have lots of ideas or lots of things you want to do or say, but you have to like actually act and do it. Once you do that, you start getting a lot of help from Great Spirit. You will get help because they'll be like, yeah, you're doing it, you're taking action. That's what we like. So yeah, that's your message from Antelope. Whew. I know it might be a little bit controversial with like the meat eating, but remember this is from like indigenous times with the Native Americans as well, and in the Ice Age they did have to eat meat to survive because no plants grew. So there is like zero like need to like be offended by any of it, okay? So just take in that awesome message of do it. Okay, so we'll get on to the fifth card. And it is Otter. Otter, yay, I love Otter. Otters are lovely and very cute. So Otter is all about woman medicine. They're very much like integrated into like the feminine with Native Americans. So we'll get on to it. The medicine held by Otter is a set of lessons in female energy. This applies to both men and women, as all of us have female sides. The otter's hide is very often used to make medicine bags for powerful women because it represents balanced female energy. Otter is very caring of its young and will play for hours, performing all types of acrobatics. It lives on land but always has its home near water. The elements of earth and water are the female elements. At home in both of these elements, Otter is the personification of femininity. Long, sleek, and graceful, Otter is a true coquette of the animal world. Otter is always on the move and is very curious. Unlike other animals, Otter will not start a fight unless it is attacked first. This joyful little creature is adventuresome and assumes that all other creatures are friendly until proven otherwise. These character traits are the beauty of a balanced female energy. A balanced female side, the side of ourselves that creates a space for others to enter our lives without preconceptions or suspicions. Otter teaches us that balanced female energy is not jealous or catty. It is sisterhood, content to enjoy and share the good fortune of others, anchored in the understanding that all accomplishments are worthwhile for the whole tribe. Otter people express joy for others. Long ago in tribal law, if a woman were widowed, her sister would offer her own husband to the widow as a lover to keep her from drying up and not using her creative urges. This is Otter medicine too. Envy or the fear of being replaced has no space in Otter's balanced understanding of sharing goodness. Women energy without games or control is a beautiful experience. It is the freeness of love without jealousy. It is the joy of loving other people's children and their accomplishments as much as you love your own. It may be time to examine your feelings about sharing the bounty of your life with others. Otter may be saying that the finer qualities of women need to be striven for in both men and women, so that a unity of spirit can be achieved. This would involve the destruction of jealousy and of all the acts of anger which stem from that fear. It would mean keeping a hawk eye on your ego and maintaining total trust. It would mean a world full of people coming together to honor the right of each person to be. If you have drawn this symbol, Otter may be telling you to become the playful child and to simply allow things to unfold in your life. It may be time to stop your addiction to worrying. Otter also teaches the importance of not hanging on to material things that would bind you or become a burden. In looking at how you can learn from Otter's habits, you might look at the joyousness of the receptive side of your nature. Have you given yourself a gift lately? Have you received any messages in your meditations? Become Otter and move gently into the river of life. Flow with the waters of the universe. This is the way of balanced female receptive energy. Honor it. In doing so, you will discover the power of woman. That's a really good message from Otter, especially at this time, because we just need to support each other and be there for each other. We don't need jealousy. There's no need to honestly, if we want to get this planet to a point where everyone can be happy and get on, and there's none of this hate and war and hunger and greed and all this horrible stuff, if we can really get into this balanced female energy, we can really get Earth to be more unified and how we all really do want it to be. But we have to start with ourselves, and then we can show other people it as well and encourage others to do the same thing. And that is a really good message from Otter. And also, flow with life. Just go with the flow. If you go with the flow, you'll be so much less stressed out. You won't get sick all the time. You you'll be able to enjoy your life as well, and enjoy like the people around you and the awesome things that you have in your life, because I'm sure you guys have lovely things in your life. But sometimes we just don't see it because we're too busy worrying about the future or the past or what's going to happen now or what if. Just go with the flow like the otter and just be happy and share and love and joy. Open your heart to people and try to spread that, so that we can get this planet to a point where we can just all be happy and get on. And that would be really good. So there's your message from Otter. Flow in the river of life like the otter. Just be happy and share that love. So there you go. That was the last card. That was card 5. So I hope you got a good message from there. And if you guys are still watching who watched the other cards, you can have a look at the other cards as well, because they all have really good messages, like really good messages. So I encourage you guys to check all of the cards. And also like and subscribe please, because I need to get some more subscribers so that I can spread the light. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll have another pick a card up again soonish, and then I'm going to get on to next month's zodiac reading, so there's lots happening. So yeah, thank you heaps. I hope you guys have a lovely week and a lovely month and day or night, whatever time it is where you are now. And yeah, stay chill. Cool. Bye.